I met one of the top marketers in the entire world today. He does most of the marketing for almost all of the Fortune 500 companies. Since I'm in a quasi similar space to him, I thought asking him how to scale a business and who the key hires are would really be interesting. And what he recommended was actually slightly different from what I'm heard from a bunch of other people, but it kind of resonated with me. What he said is you really need to hire people that you already know and trust, people that are already friends. And then I was digging down deeper and he said, not just friends, but friends in the industry that you work in. And I said, well, how do you compensate someone that you're already really friends with? And he said, well, what I do is I find what the industry, the top end of the industry average is, whatever the top player in whatever that industry is makes or whatever that position is, he always pays him 20% more. And the reason for that is he said, here, I can't pay you anything unrealistic for your position because that obviously doesn't make sense. You can see that here. If you think your position can make anything more than that, just go find somewhere else to work. And I'm going to pay you 20% more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have uh, at the end of the year, put out bonuses for how much value you actually created for the company and how much impact that really has. But what he said really resonates with every other super successful person making 10 plus $1 million a year that I've been surrounded with. And he said you have to have some sort of performance based indicator that they know that they can track to know if your employee is performing or not performing. And I think the reason why he said that is he had Kenny McElroy as a mentor for a long period of time, and he still is. So he's a young guy. He's in his early. I think he's 41 years old. That is such an incredible thing. And then he was also telling me that he thinks the sweet spot is when you're worth around 25 to 100 million, because he said anything past that, you are really starting to sacrifice not being able to spend time with your kids or with your family. And Ken said, yeah, absolutely. He said, I could be worth triple what I am now. But he said, I wanted to coach my son's soccer teams and their baseball teams and their basketball teams. He said, I prioritize spending time with my family over making extra money. And he said, he said, anyone that's truly successful, that's what they understand is more important than making a little bit extra money. Because at the end of the day, who the hell are you going to, what are you going to do with any of that? He said, once you get to a certain point around 25 million, all more money is going to do is going to just allow you to get a bigger boat and a bigger jet. He said, you can pretty much live anywhere. You can drive any car that you want. It's Those are really the only two things. And is that really worth it? He said, it's not. And I completely agree with that notion. So today I was at the Phoenix Open or the Waste Management Open, something along those lines. And it is an operation. It is truly incredible. I was talking to one of the people who put on the event, and I think they're going to be, since it's a complete nonprofit, I think they're going to be donating somewhere in the ballpark of over $50 million. I don't even know what number he said. I think he said in between 50 to like $150 million donated just from this like 5-day weekend, which is miraculous to think about how much money they get, and all of that goes back into Arizona-based businesses. But it's truly incredible how much money they put on this humongous event, completely nonprofit for just a 1 week. It's amazing. It is really amazing. But I do have some bad news, which is why I'm kind of gloomy right now. My work right now, I couldn't bring my laptop into the event, and that impacted me working with other people. If most people watch this, they know that I work for George Gammon, and it impacted my ability to work for him today. I still got stuff done, but I couldn't be on there with him, which really makes myself disappointed. But there wasn't anything I could do. Tomorrow I'm going to sneak my laptop in, but I need to do better at servicing everyone, because if the results start to go down, that's really when I'm just getting severely disappointed in myself. So it was a sacrifice, and it was worth it because of the connections that I made today. But it sucks. It sucks having to call Jordan and say, hey man, I really can't. Says, hey man, I really can't go on right now because I couldn't get my laptop in, and I'm sorry. And I know I'm supposed to be working, but I'm at a freaking cool golf tournament. Uh, that even just saying that now makes me want to throw up. Regardless, that's what happened. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure I have my laptop once I realize that's a lot chiller. just got to do what you got to do. So I learned a ton of cool things today. I met some truly amazing people. It's really the caliber of people at this golf tournament are incredible. Well, the box that we were in is $100,000 for the 3 or 4 day event, which is just insane to think about. And all of those people there are just incredible at whatever they do. So picking their brains is really a dream come true. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short because it's late at night and I have a lot to talk about, but I don't have time. So goodbye.